Our number one role as good shepherds, following the big good shepherd, is to keep the sheep of the house of Israel safe from another October 7th massacre. Whether it's from the north, whether it's from the south, we've got to make sure to keep the people of Israel secure. Of course, we want the last of the hostages to be returned and have decent burial. But we need to not forget that the most important thing a good shepherd has to do is keep the sheep safe from the wolves. And this attack, which happened in Lebanon, was planned for a long, long time on this compound. And Israel was looking for the right opportunity to find out how to eliminate these terrorists who won't leave, disarm, surrender, leave, or else. They wouldn't. They're continuing to endanger the northern residents of Israel from Lebanon. So the ideal opportunity arose when suddenly a bunch of different groups of terrorists, including Hamas in Lebanon. That's right, Hamas in Lebanon. They all gathered, some minor level terrorists, some major level terrorists, into this compound, and kaboom. They were eliminated. The compound was eliminated, targeted, pinpoint strike. That's the way Israel does it. And Arab channels are going crazy after these strikes. And you know what else? Especially after Netanyahu visited Syria this morning. People in the Arab media are saying, why is Netanyahu, our prime minister, visiting Syria? Well, buffer zone is this is how you provide security, is having a buffer zone. You can't have people shooting our citizens from within Syria. Even ISIS was trying to gain that Shiite stronghold, a Shiite corridor from Iran all the way through Syria, all the way through to us. And so it just can't happen. We won't let that happen at all. We can't let that happen. After 2 years where they're saying Israel's doing a campaign of starvation against the Gazans, this report, this bombshell, no pun intended, this bombshell report came out after 2 years. And you know what it said? It said UNICEF says, the United Nations says that Gazans are fatter than Israelis. UNICEF dropped this report after so much propaganda, so many theatrics, so many TikToks, so many Instagram, so many Telegram posts saying that there's a Gaza famine orchestrated by Israel, not orchestrated by Hamas, who was stealing from their own people, right? You see them getting on those trucks and stealing from them. You don't see anyone suddenly saying, wow, we were wrong for lying and pushing Hamas propaganda. The groupies in the West haven't yet repented for their actions. Gaza isn't starving, according to UNICEF. UNICEF says that the Palestinian obesity is higher across every age group than Israel. That's amazing. It's amazing. I'm dumbfounded. Look what's going on as Trump is giving the Saudi crown prince a king's welcome in the White House. In front of the cameras, and it's a fanfare. It's a fanfare. And listen to what he says. He hears a promise from bin Salman that they want to invest in the United States $1 trillion. Phenomenal, right? And Trump's willing to give the F-35 planes, I talked about that yesterday, to Saudi Arabia. And there is something they want in exchange, though. There's something they want. They want a Palestinian state. They're saying they must have a Palestinian state established. And so I just wonder, what all this means. How can we, I think it's just good to watch what's going on and to remember that God is the good shepherd of Israel. And no matter what happens, he's watching out for Israel. Our General Eyal Zamir, the chief of staff, he says we may have to look at this scenario as us going and completing the job to forcefully remove Hamas from Gaza. Maybe we need to do that because political solutions are not working. And we have to take the rest of Gaza City, etc. Quite possibly that's what might happen. I don't want to just end on a high note and say the horse is prepared for battle, but victory belongs to the Lord, the God of Israel. That's Proverbs 21, verse 31.